I'm gonna speak to y'all about a topic that I know most of y'all are uncomfortable talking about, and that's bankruptcy. For some reason, this is this huge topic that everyone wants to avoid because they think that if you file bankruptcy, for some reason, your life is just going to be ruined. However, I am an advocate for bankruptcy, and this is a living testimony. I have filed bankruptcy myself. I filed Chapter 7, and as you guys can see, I live in a house. My bankruptcy it's been discharged, but it has not been 7 years. And I am just fine. Before I filed, I owed credit cards. I had car repossessions. I had a lot going on prior to me filing. And it wasn't because I just didn't want to pay my bills. It's because life was lifing and I needed a break. I did not want to end up getting sued. I didn't want to have an obligation of a vehicle that at the time I could not afford. So I needed to just let everything go, which I did. I also ended up in a home where things went bad. I went to court. I put all my money in escrow, went to court. I tried to dispute it, and the judge ruled that I owed half the money, which was $18,000. I was not in a position where, after putting out everything that I had and then losing employment from dealing with the home, that I was going to be able to put out $18,000. So I made the decision to just file. Best decision I ever made in my life. Now, after the bankruptcy was discharged, a lot of the debt did end up getting discharged. Creditors stopped calling, but I did have things on my credit report. I had the credit cards. I had the bankruptcy itself after it was discharged and added. However, I was able to get those items removed off my credit report, and this is how. Bankruptcies are considered public records, and they are not considered verifiable records. And the reason is because the courthouse does not share this information directly with Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax. Instead, they pull it from a third party that pulls it from a system called Pacer. And because they are not going to verify this information, it cannot be considered verifiable, accurate, fair, and complete, so it must be removed from your credit report. That also means any associated debts that have that remark that it was discharged through bankruptcy also has to be removed. So I was able to get all of those accounts either updated to positive, or I was able to get it completely removed, as well as the bankruptcy reporting itself. However, when you go to purchase a home, they do have underwriters who go through an investigation process that will find that information, even though it's not on your credit report, because they will see at some point it was reported. However, that does not mean that it'll automatically disqualify you for a home. I also was able to get a vehicle by going through what's called a Fresh Start program. It allows you to put $0 down and obtain a new vehicle right after you file bankruptcy. You will start getting letters in the mail immediately after you file, or you can reach out to see if those programs are also in your area. What I'm saying is that it's not the end of the world. And as a living testimony, I know this is something you're able to get through, and it's going to solve a lot of the issues that are in your life.